A few days ago, Anthropic launched Claude Managed Agents. Nobody's talking about how big this actually is, because this is not just another AI feature update. This is the moment AI stops being a chatbot and starts being a worker. I'm going to show you exactly what Claude agents are, the 3 different types, how to set them up, and what you can actually build with them today. If you use Claude at all, this changes everything about how you use it. Let me start by clearing up the confusion, because when people say Claude agents right now, they could mean 3 completely different things, and most people are mixing them up. Type 1 is Claude Code Subagents. These are built into Claude Code. When you give Claude Code a big task, it can spawn child agents that work on different parts of your project at the same time. One agent explores your code base, another writes the code, another runs tests. They work in parallel, each in their own isolated context window, and they report back to the main agent when done. You have been using these already if you use Claude Code at all. You just might not have realized they were actual agents. Type 2 are custom sub-agents. This is the one most people are sleeping on. You can create your own agents as simple markdown files, and the same way OpenClaw operates. You write a file called, say, code-reviewer.md or content-writer.md, drop it in your Claude /agents folder, and now you have a specialized agent you can call by name at any time. Each one gets its own system prompt, its own tool access, and its own context window. You define what it does, how it thinks, and what it has access to. Then you type at, say, for example, you call it code-reviewer, at code-reviewer, and it activates. Think of it like hiring specialists for your team, except they cost nothing and they're available instantly. And that's where we get to type 3, which is Claude Managed Agents. This is the big one, the one Anthropic launched a couple of days ago. Managed agents are cloud-hosted AI agents that run on Anthropic's infrastructure. You define the agent, give it tools, point it at a task, and it runs autonomously in a secure sandbox. It can read files, run code, browse the web, execute commands, and persist state across sessions. This is not ask Claude a question and get an answer. This is give Claude a job and come back when it's done. I think it costs about $0.08 per session, hour plus standard token pricing. If that's the case, then an agent running 24/7 costs about $58 a month in runtime before tokens. Compare that to a human doing the same job. Now, without further ado, let me talk about the big launch, Claude Managed Agents. On April 8th, Claude announced the release of Managed Agents, introducing Claude Managed Agents, everything you need to build and deploy agents at scale. It pairs an agent harness tuned for performance with production infrastructure. So you can go from prototype to launch in days, now in public beta on the Claude platform. The difference between Claude custom sub-agents and managed agents is simple. Custom sub-agents run inside your Claude Code session. They exist while you are working. When you close your terminal, they stop. Managed agents, on the other hand, run on Anthropic's cloud. They persist. They can run for hours, days, or permanently. You start them, they do the work, and you come back when they're done. Here's how you set one up. You define 4 things. So number 1, step 1 is the agent, which model to use, what its system prompt is, what tools it has access to, what MCP servers it can connect to, and what skills it has. This is what it looks like right here. Managed agents, quick start, and you start defining your agent, creating your agent. Now, Claude has a couple of templates already available and created that you can choose from and quick start your way into setting up a managed agent. They have a template for deep researcher, support agent, data analyst, incident commander, feedback miner, field monitor, structured extractor, and sprint retro facilitator. Then next step is you define the environment. You configure the environment right here. This is the sandbox where it runs. It can have files, code execution, web access, and whatever else you want to configure in its environment file. Then next up, we have start a session, which is step 3. This is an instance that combines the agent and the environment together. You start a session, give it a task, and it starts running. And finally, step 4 is integrate, or the events tab, the interactions within a session. You can monitor what the agent is doing, stream its progress, and intervene if needed. You can set this up through the Claude console, through Claude Code, through the API, or through the CLI. Define it once, reference it by ID, and run it across as many sessions as you want. Let me show you what is actually being built using this right now. Notion deployed agents that their team used to delegate coding, slide decks, and spreadsheets. Dozens of parallel tasks running simultaneously without leaving Notion. And then you have teams like Asana that built AI teams on managed agents. You assign a task to the AI teammate the same way you would assign it to a human. It does the work. But you do need to be an enterprise company to use this right now. So here's what a solo founder or small team can build today. A coding agent that reads your repo, picks up GitHub issues, and opens pull requests. A data analyst agent that connects to your database. It can run queries and generates a weekly report. A content agent that monitors trending topics, drafts content, and queues it for your review. A customer support agent that reads your docs, answers tickets, and escalates what it cannot handle. A financial agent that processes invoices, categorizes expenses, and flags anomalies. Each one of these runs on Anthropic's cloud, with each doing work that used to require a full-time person or an expensive SaaS tool. Okay, look, let me zoom out for just a second. 6 months ago, AI was a chatbot. You asked it a question, it gave you an answer, and you closed the tab. 3 months ago, Claude Code turned AI into a builder. You pointed it at your project, and it wrote code directly in your code base. Today, Claude agents turn AI into a team with multiple specialists, each with their own role, running in parallel, persisting across multiple sessions, and doing real work on real infrastructure. The progress is chatbot to builder to team. And here's the part that should genuinely concern you if you're not paying attention. The people who set up these agents this month are going to have an infrastructure advantage that compounds every single week. Their agents get better, their workflows get faster, and ultimately their output multiplies. Meanwhile, everyone else is still copying and pasting into a chat window. That gap is going to become enormous. Here's what I would be doing today if I was starting from zero. Step 1, install Claude Code if you have not already. It's free with a Claude Pro subscription. Step 2, create your Claude Agents folder if you want custom sub-agents so that you can set up 2 or 3 custom sub-agents for the work you do most often. Those can be a researcher, a reviewer, a writer. That's a great starting point. Step 3, go to the Anthropic API dashboard and try managed agents. Build one small agent that does one recurring task that you hate, expense reports, data pulls, inbox summarization, just anything repetitive that you feel is grunt work. And step 4, let it run for a week. See what happens. That's the entire playbook. It takes an afternoon to set up, and it changes how you work permanently. If you want me to do a full hands-on tutorial showing exactly how I build and configure each of these agents step by step, drop a comment below and subscribe if you want more real breakdowns on Claude, AI agents, and how to actually use this stuff to build. I'll see you in the next video.